Alright, welcome to part 19 of our Sunless Sea playthrough. Captain Duncan, sailing the Unterzee. We're pretty close, we're getting pretty close to the end of this character, I think. I mean, this is actually more videos than I thought it would take to do a playthrough of Sunless Sea, but no worries, we are where we are. Let's see, I don't want to do the claim. I think I kind of finished everything I wanted to do in this area before the end of last session. Let's take a quick look at the map and see where we're headed. So we are in Polythreme. I think I mentioned we wanted to do... Eventually we're going to do Frostfound, but in the near future we're going to get to Avid Horizon. We want to get more Drowning Pearls. Where can we get more Drowning Pearls? We just picked up a few, I thought. You can use them there. You can trade them Shintalak there. Drowning Pearls. Let's see where you can gift them. The Nuncio Beach we got some once. Ace Fall, we did something glinting. We got some Drowning Pearls. We're pretty close to that. We're here. This is the one we just did, I think. No, we did this a while ago. This is the 7 trade-in 7 port reports option. Oh, you can just straight up buy them in Dahoot. Oh, okay. Well, let's go to Dahoot. Yeah, let's go to Dahoot. I'd like to finish off the trying to get rid of all the. We're trying to complete the officer stories here as we go. Gotten through quite a few of them. Some of the harder ones, like the doctor and the mechanic, seem like they're pretty tough to complete, though. We got this new boat last time. This is the Clattery Heart. It's the ship of the Clattery Heir's mother. She's not currently equipped in one of our slots, but she's one of our officers. It's a good boat. It's better than the merchant cargo ship that we had before. It has less hold space, though, which is significant. But it has more than a lot of the other ships in the game. It's not as good at combat because it doesn't have a forward gun slot, unfortunately. Oh, we don't have something awaits yet. Let's go check this little thing out here. There's also some fish up there. Plus 1 fuel. Maybe we'll get those fish on the way back, or on the way out of Dahoot. Should have something awaits. Yep, there it is. Okay, so what do we wanted to do here? We wanted to stay a while. Oh, we want to buy. So the first thing we want to do is just buy the Drowning Pearls. I think it was 2. We needed 7, right? Was it this guy or was it the other guy? It was the campaigner, was it not? Okay, we need 7 officers. Let's just get this out of the way here. Go ahead and speak to her. Okay, another step. There is an account in the journals of M. de Meaux of a devil rite used for the extinction of flames. The substance called Zoop. It can be eaten, by the unwary at least, but it can be turned to other purposes too. So we finally collected all this stuff. It's kind of cost us a secret, but oh well. Approaching despair. A night, a day, and a night pass, and she returns to your cabin, fist clenched, lips tight. Nothing. It has not even won me time. But if my soul is irretrievably contaminated, then perhaps there's a slight fissure in her reserve. I have one more idea. We need a judgment's egg. I am uncomfortable with this matter of Z-gods, but I cannot afford discomfort. Can you help me find this last thing? It is rare, I know. Okay, well, we advance her story. We've seen judgment's eggs. We got one before. We used it for someone else's quest. This is the campaigner. Alright, so she needs 1x Judgment's Egg. As well as some stuff we already have, like the Attention of Stone and 3 more secrets. Okay. Just gonna do a quick check on our other officers. This guy was the one we just looked at. I don't think the Necreous Outcast has anything going on. I don't think we really gotten through a lot of our officer quests. She wants to go to Frostfound. He wants to go to... Oh, actually, this guy we can go to... We need 5 mushroom wine, and then we can go to the Fathom King's Hall. We may find some mushroom wine, but we haven't found any. I searched my notes at the end of last session, and I couldn't find anywhere easily to buy mushroom wine, so we can't do it in the area as far as I'm aware. Let's raise our mirrors. What's the thing to do in this area? We gotta raise our mirrors, if I remember correctly. Well, we'll stay a while for sure. So this is how you get into Dahoot. Okay, what did we do last time? We don't have something away. So I mean, how do you to get in here? So I don't know how you possibly could have it. This will average your clarity and enthrallment. You can use your song. This will reduce clarity, enthrallment. Last time we wanted to get clarity, right? That was kind of like the goal, was to gain clarity, like this option here, right? This one gives you food. This is just an observation thing. Have we done observe the bonfire? Let me just take a quick look at my notes here. Which ones did we do last time? So we haven't actually tried to observe the bonfire yet. We can see what that does. The one we did last time, accept a place at the meal, reduces your terror. That's not too bad. Gives you enthrallment. Last time we did this one, look for other visitors. That will give you a clarity, which I think is good. I think as you gain more clarity, you can do more things. Let's do this once just to see what happens. So let's go ahead and put our veils item equipped here. Take a quick look if our officers can improve our veils. This fellow has veils. It's a new, when I say fellow, it's a skull. A skull is our mascot. Doesn't say that it like is animated in any way, but apparently you can have a skull as a mascot. Okay, that gets our veils up about as high as it can go. We will try the... Did it really go up 62%? Is that what it was at before? Okay, well I mean it's at 104, so I can take one more quick look. Veils, 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 veils. I don't have a doctor that gives veils. I did equip the item in the hole that gives veils. Okay, yeah, I just didn't recognize the fact that it went up. Okay, let's see what happens here. Mingle among the crowd, learn from them, see if you can observe without being drawn into the dance. Success gains you, well, 4 clarity, wow. Let's make a note of that. Success is +4 clarity, +2 enthrallment. Enthrallment. That's a pretty good outcome. Flags of light. Around the bonfire, the drownies dance in shoals, all together in one direction, then reversing course at once. Their hair is gold and green in the firelight. Sometimes a pair will break off and depart into the shadows. The fire may be a phantom, imaginary flames and air fashioned from water, but the mutual affection of the drownies is not entirely a performance. Not entirely, but in some way, perhaps? Okay, so now we want to get the mirrors up to investigate the crypt, I believe. That's what we did last time. I don't see any new options that look super exciting. We could do this again, but I think we want to try this again. So let's get our mirrors up a little bit higher. Mirrors, this is this item. And then officers that give mirrors, it's this one. We already have him. He gets 3 mirrors. I believe this guy also gets mirrors, right? Yeah, 2 mirrors from him as well. Okay, try the mirrors challenge here. 72% chance. Succeeded. We've done this before. So you're looking through a window. People are pacing back and forth. Can't make out if they're male, human, or something other. Gain 7 clarity. Wow. That was the investigate the crypt. I'm gonna put a little like squiggly here because I actually got 7 clarity that time. As well, they also got 5 fragments. This must be a different outcome than... Maybe when you have more clarity, like it changes the results you get. Because I think we had more clarity than we did last time we did this mission. And if we had a Bloomington, we could introduce one, but we do not. Okay, so there's no other immediate option that looks interesting. Oh wait, investigate the calendar. I guess we can do this one. The dates into who do not progress as they should. The seasons sometimes overlap, sometimes there is no season at all. So what's our enthrallment at? Our enthrallment's at 5. Our clarity's at 10. Okay. Failed that one. The drowning, do not be foolish. The drowning in the vicar's caller appears at you. You have been here since Janapril, he says, as though to a young child. It will soon be the feast of all shrieks, and then Saint Aegeus's day. Aegeus? Okay, so gain some enthrallment and some terror there. We can try it again. Oh no. We could say our goodbyes. So we'll end your stay unambitiously with a small reward. I'll try the calendar again, I suppose. I don't see why we wouldn't succeed that time. It's every season and none. Your crewmates have different ideas from yours. One says it's October, another that you are just coming up on spring. Another points out that the roses are blooming, so it must be summer. But haven't they been blooming all year long? Haven't they? How long have you been here? It's a good question. How long have we been here? Let's see. We can say our goodbyes. So reduce enthrallment and clarity. Could sing the Drowny counterpoint song. So average your clarity and enthrallment. So we have 13 and... I'll have to make another quick look. What does it show? It must be in the journal somewhere, I'm assuming. Igel? No, we're not in Igel, we're in Dahoot. Dahoot. So we have 16, 13, so we average on to be like 14 each or something, or maybe 15 on one. I don't know. Would that help us for any reason? It would take our Drowny song. I don't know why we would. We could reduce our enthrallment and clarity by consuming a Needle of Fortis. Although I want to get 10 of these in Igel for some reason. This one will... I think this gets rid of all your enthrallment, I believe. The Molly Flower. Yeah, minus enthrallment. We could try that once. I don't think we actually tried it last time. I don't know why we can only say goodbye. I'm assuming it's because our enthrallment is too high, so there's a mission we can't do. We have one of these white Molly flowers, and we'll see what happens. Free you from the enthrallment. It will not prevent you from becoming enthralled in the future. So we've lost all of our enthrallment. Crush and bite. The light fades out of the air, the warmth from the sea. You can still breathe, but your lungs ache from the chill of what you are breathing in. It is difficult to see any of the buildings of Dahoot in this dimness, but the cathedral looks like a wrecked hole. Okay. That didn't really seem to have unlocked any new options for us. Oh, here we go. What is this? Consider attending the Liturgy of Souls. Yeah, this is what we did last time. There will be a chance to back out. Okay, you can only do it if you have no more than 3 enthrallment. Okay. Let's make a note of that. Actually, I don't see... Maybe we didn't do this. I thought this was the one that we did before. Consider attending the Liturgy of Souls, right? That's what it's called? Yeah. Requires no more than 3 enthrallment. And length of stay 4. And length of stay greater than or equal to 4. Yep. Okay. We have 5. Let's go ahead and consider attending the Liturgy of Souls. The drownings nibble sugar bones, and the doors of the cathedral open for the only time in the year, the last of the festivals. The cathedral is dark, except for the candles that do not nearly illuminate its upper reaches. The drownies gather in the choir stalls to sing. They sing about graves that they will never inhabit, about the renown of a good death. The floor is strewn with drowning pearls. Awake, keep awake, keep awake. Sing your part in the liturgy. We don't have the Drowning Hymn or the Drowning Love Song yet, so we can't do that. We are at the Liturgy of Souls. All the Drownies are gathered, but you do not belong here, since you are still human, but they do not keep you out. But alas, where the altar should be, there is a square depression on the floor. It would be a pool Or the cathedral not already submerged? A drowny in mitre besides. So you want to have as high as clarity as possible for this. Higher clarity is better. So there's keep awake. And then there's sing your part in the liturgy. This requires all the different things. It requires the Z story, it requires the drowny song, drowny hymn. There's 2 songs, and the love song, drowny love song, and 1 Z story. Don't know what that's gonna do, because we can't do it, but we can try the keep awake. This is the option here. Inches burn from the candles, reddish smoke from the censers diffuses into the water. Time is passing and not passing. A liturgy of complexity. The liturgy is unbearably long and inscrutably complicated. It includes a list of the names of ships that have sunk in the vicinity of Mount Palmerston, the scientific appellation of every moth with ergo in its wings, the true name of an infamous crocodile, a recounting of persons who have consumed the spores of the udder shroom, an assortment of herbs, together with their growing seasons and medicinal applications. At intervals in the liturgy, a drowny approaches the bishop and wades into the pool. There's a hymn, and the drowny comes away altered. Okay, so we now have the drowny hymn, a song of worship and adoration. Success gives you the drowny hymn. So now we have the song and the hymn. We have the song. We have the song and counterpoint with the hymn, but we don't have the love song yet. Also a secret and some fragments. Plus 1 secret. Plus 100 fragments. Okay. That was a good outcome. Let's go ahead and put our normal sailing stuff back in place here. Let's see, we normally have this cook in place, and she's our usual engineer. Do we want to buy any more drowning pearls while we're here? We only consumed 1 when we talked to that lady. I don't think we need more drowning pearls at the moment. Probably buy some fuel and supplies, perhaps. How much cargo space do we have? 70. Are the drowning pearls in here? No, they don't go in your cargo space. We have a few things we don't really need. We should turn in these Soothing Cooper long boxes probably. There's some extra romantic literature we don't need anymore. We have these live specimens and string catches. For a long time we were limited by progressing some stories by not having live catches or strange catches and live specimens. But I guess we've kind of gotten past that point now. Because it doesn't seem like it has. Maybe we'll buy we already have 7. These don't. Yeah, I don't think we need any drowning pearls anywhere else anymore, right? We literally just searched for this before we came here. I mean, having a few is good because you can trade them for a few of these different something awaits options. I can trade them to the time end, but we kind of finished the stuff we wanted to do with the time end. We got access to the Nephrite quarter, and we lowered our suspicion with the Khanate. Yeah, I don't see anything that would consume our drowning pearls, so we're not going to buy more of those. We actually did this last time. We bought this captivating treasure. Fuel or supply? We go through fuel faster than supplies, I'd say. Okay, well, we're off, I suppose. Going to where next? I said we wanted to go to potentially Station 3, get rid of these Soothing Cooper long boxes. It's not like a priority thing. Oh, Abbey Rock. We do have a use for romantic literature and Abbey Rock. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get these things. Let's get as much stuff out of our hold as we can. Yeah, so we can go Nook, Pigment Isle, Station 3, Abbey Rock. And then we'll see where we want to go from there. May as well pick up this fish over here that we saw, although we may not have cargo space. We'll see what happens. Looks like we used 1 fuel, so by the time we got there, we had space for it. These little red thorns can hurt you. I may have touched them briefly. I don't know if there's anything we want to do in Godfall. We got to the center of Godfall. We found the room full of dead monks, again, who used to live on here when this stalactite was attached to the ceiling. I guess we can take one quick peek to see if there's anything we can do here, but I don't think that there's any stories we're waiting to advance in Godfall. Doesn't hurt to take a quick look though, since we're here. It hurts in the sense that it costs us supplies, but yeah, no more of these. We don't have any wine. We're not going to explore. Okay, yeah, there's like literally nothing to do here. Okay. You have to bring candles. I mean, we could go in here again, but it says there's not much of interest unless you have a particular reason to go back. That's what it says, at least. So, I guess we won't do it. We can just go into Nook now that we have something waits right away, I suppose. I don't think there's anything we're trying to do in Nook either at the moment, but you never know what stories might progress. One of the abysses here. Trying to get through this little current area. Nice. Got through quite well that time, actually. Sometimes we get stuck in those for long periods of time, and it feels very, very bad. Okay, so it's going to cost us a mushroom wine. I guess that's fine. Let me just take a look if there's something we're trying to do in Nook or not. I mean, one wine is not going to do anything else for us anyway, so it's not. It's the best place to buy Stygian ivory, according to my notes, but we're not doing this mission at the moment. I mean, how are we going to do this when we try to do it? 40 Stygian ivory? This ship, it's going to be hard to do that mission with this ship. Yeah, so there's this whole thing going on between Igol and Nook where you can sacrifice your memories of Nook to get Taste of Freedom. The things we have in our notes... Oh, that's right, we were trying to do diving. You have to gain pearls and then you go diving. I didn't do this last time because why? I don't remember. Yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. We haven't done this. We don't care about the board report so much. I mean, we may as well just grab it. But the thing we're trying to do is go swim downwards. Alright, attempt to mingle was not super exciting. Gives you taste of freedom, but lowers your tolerance. Oh, it increases your taste of freedom? Maybe I should do that. This thing would be easier, but again, we're not trying to take from the... Let's swim downwards. Let's try to do this thing first. We do have an extra solace fruit. We could trade the solace fruit for 20 nodules. We tried the scandalous invitation. That one gave us 1 nodule. Yeah, let's try to do this. We have 29 nodules. Swim downwards. This is where you can trade your memories, but you have to have 5 of them for nodules. We don't have 5 of them. You can search for them or continue swimming. We already have a lot of nodules. I'm not sure how many we need. Let's go ahead and go down and just see what we can do with the nodules that we already have. It might give us a wound though, but we don't have any at the moment, so that's fine. Alright, we're going to keep swimming down into the gullet. Anything could be found down here, or anyone. Diving deeper. We lost 2 nodules. The water turns thick in your mouth. Spitting it out is impossible. Choking on it does no good. You push past it as best you can. You descend deeper. How far will you go in search of treasure? Onwards. What salvage has sunk down here over the centuries? Okay. We could explore a lost ship. It's only 50% chance. Might give us a wound if we fail. Unlocked when you have treasures no more than 60. You have 60. It's a connate vessel, kept upside down. Yeah, let's keep going, I guess. You swim through a foul labyrinth of passages and intestines. Your eyes sting with every stroke. The water grows ever more bilious. I feel like we have a bunch of these nodules, and this one's not a very good chance to succeed, so I guess we'll keep going. Down, down. Festering bubbles burst against your skin. Every kick and stroke is a struggle. So this is it 2 challenges? It shows both iron. I've never seen a challenge that shows both iron and mirrors. Something glimmers in the darkness, a brass handle on a casket. You aren't very deep. Why hasn't someone already claimed it? These are, I mean, this one's pretty good odds. This one's better than 50. I guess we'll try. A trap, but we succeeded both challenges. This concludes your dive. The coffin is embedded hard in the wall between teeth and stiff probing hairs. As you tug at it, the water stirs against your back. Someone is behind you. The would-be mugger has just a moment to regret his lack of caution before you launch a vicious backwards kick. His howl escapes an agonized bubble as he folds. His bait is now yours. Okay, we just got a memory of Nook and a single Sooth and Cooper Longbox. Not too exciting, I would say. How much tolerance can you have before it increases as you do more in Nook? The more you do in Nook, the more it will change you. Still have something a ways. I don't know if we can do another. I don't think we have time to do another descent into the gullet. We could do this, I suppose. Accept a scandalous invitation. Oh, I also kind of wanted to do the other thing that gave you. What did I want to do? I wanted to do the taste of freedom option. Attempt to mingle. Oh, this option also gives you a memory of Nook or taste of freedom. So we'll do this one again. Lost 5 terror. Gains another nodule. We now have 5 of these memories. We did this before. And it kicked us out of Nook. Okay. Cargo space. 76 out of 80. Where are we going next? We're going to Station 3. Well, we'll go to Pigment Isle. We haven't been back here. We've mentioned this last time. We sort of, I wouldn't say we failed the story there, but we didn't complete it probably in the most satisfying manner. We kind of weren't able to raise their civilization on our own, so we had to like petition Visage to come over, the town of Visage to come over and like basically take control of Pigment Isle. So I don't think we've really been back here since Visage has taken control over it. So let's go ahead and take a quick peek to see what's going on here nowadays. I suspect it'll be relatively boring because, like I said, we didn't really complete it in the most satisfying manner. But we don't know until we see, I suppose. And once we see, we'll know if we ever need to come back here again. I suspect we won't, like I said, but you never know. Never know until you try it. Alright, so what can we do here? The Rise of Pigmote Isle. The most adorable nation scurries around your legs. Nothing has changed here, so you can get repairs still. You can trade with the Visage Ambassador. You can release a Blemmingen. We have 4 of them. We get the port report. We'll get the port report. We will... What did trade with the Visage... excuse me. Pigmote Isle. What did trade with the Visage Ambassador do? It's 900 echoes for a secret. Oh, this is the way we were talking about. To do the Song of the Sea, we need 40 secrets. This is one of the ways I was thinking of getting up to 40 secrets, but we're not close enough that. Yeah, we're still 28, so we still need 12 more. But like if we need like 2 or 3, we can come here and do this. We're going to release a Blemmington. What's one more critter on this island? Charge! Squeaks, a rodent sailor, gleefully leading his eager recruits against the latest mushroom incursion. The farmers stared dolefully at the remains of their crops. Oh, so it ate some crops. So it would have gained might, and it would have lowered civilization. But again, this is all irrelevant because they've already lost their struggle for civilization. Okay, yeah, nothing much to do here other than buy secrets. Okay, so that's the one thing you can do here. You can spend 900 for secrets, which we may end up doing at some point. Although, again, I still want to try the other ship that has the forward cannon. So I'm more inclined to spend money on a ship first. And then once we're closer to the secrets cap, or not the cap, but I mean the 40 secrets we need to do the mission, to do to write the Song of the Z. Again, these maelstrom things, I've never seen them actually do anything in this playthrough. I don't remember any of my previous playthroughs if I ever found anything useful for them to do. Is this one of the guys we're supposed to send back to Godfall? I don't think it is, but I'll try fighting him. What, 10 damage, not too bad. We've done this before. I just want to take a quick look at what I wrote down for the bound shark. So if you examine his cage, you get fragments, hunting. Oh, we could use another hunting trophy. We're actually out of them. Gives you terror though. We could just grab. Oh, we can just grab the supplies. Let's just grab the supplies, I guess. We don't need. So the difference is, this one gives you hull, and this one gives you food. I guess is the difference. I'll just grab the supplies, I suppose. Okay. Nothing too dramatic. Lick a monkey crag. Is this part of the... I wonder which area this is associated with. Lick a monkey crag. Or it's just like a random rock in the middle of the ocean. Alright, we want to trade in our suit and Cooper long boxes here. And go ahead and search this place on your own. So we're learning more about him. We're currently at 3. Presuming this will go up to 4 once we do it. We may as well just put our mirrors object in. That'll probably get us 100% for this. Yeah. Search the place on your own. Who knows what may be in the back storage area? Armor, heavy cannon, harpoons of a metal wicked enough to pierce the most rubbery hide. Sheets of flat heart metal suitable for hammering onto the hull of a vessel. Grape shot of heart metal fragments. Some of the inventory is already packed for export. In the last of all the rooms is a dressmaker's dummy. It wears a diver's outfit of oiled skin, which looks about the smith's own size, covered all over with overlapping scales of heart metal. On the shelf beneath is a right-hand glove of the same design, but the suit is yet incomplete. That's all for now. We can ask him about the heart metal suit. Pretend you heard a rumor about it if you don't want to admit to snooping. Give us some fragments here. On the way home, it says, oh that, when it's done, I can go home, right? He says, walk around where people are safe enough if I have just something to keep the grief out. After that, the conversation gets into the intricacies of engineering. He draws you a sketch of how the wrist joint will have to be made, the skin oiled, and covered with a fine foil of beaten heart metal. Okay, so we can somehow advance his thing to... oh no, we already did that. Okay, so now we're at 5. Okay. So we could exchange one for another heart metal ingot. What... I don't think we have a need for any more heart metal ingots, though. We have one in our inventory already. We have the Rage Wrench Cinder. There's probably somewhere you can sell them, right? Ingot. We do need one import sea soul. Do we still have one? Not seeing a heart metal ingot. Sometimes it's hard to know what they look like, though. Wish you could search your cargo. Later in the game, you have quite a few items. Okay, yeah, I don't see a heart metal ingot, and we do need one import Cecil, so let's get one of those. Oh god, we have 3. Okay. I keep doing this option, and I keep missing it. It's this thing. Okay. I was looking for the word heart metal as the first option, but it was station 3 heart metal ingot. Okay, anyways. We could surrender log box for payment. Yeah, I don't think we need these long boxes for anything else anymore, so let's just get them out of our hold. Get a payment for them. We will Introduce one of our Blemmingtons. What will it do in this blaze of oil and metal? A creeping plague. The Blemmington sidles furtively into a pipe that protrudes from the wall. All is still. You see no more of it. As you turn to go, greasy smoke puffs suddenly from the pipe's end. You smell burning grease. Nevertheless, perhaps it has survived. Yeah, this whole propagation of Blemmingtons, I am skeptical that it's leading to anything beneficial to us, but so far it hasn't done anything too bad that I've found out. We did get some rewards in Uttershroom as we've been adding more propagation to the world, so there is that. I don't think the rewards we got were super amazing or anything, but okay, so here we're going to trade in our romantic literature at Abbey Rock. Get that out of our hold as well. We're trying to get things out of our hold now that we've got this ownership. So we've been in the area. We're in the area anyway. I was just hoping to get these things out of our hold. As we wait for the something awaits. This ship does feel a little faster because I feel like we're doing more waiting as we go between ports. Like I think with the other ships, we would kind of arrive basically in the nick of time. It's going to give us Shintalak. We don't really need Shintalak. We came here to do this option. Appropriate text. What kind of beast can be conjured with these racy volumes? Perfect. There may be music too, and fire and a promise. We can take care of those. We begin at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Sevens are important. In the Abbey courtyard, the sisters are heaping up driftwood for a fire. The adventuress claps a hand on your shoulder. That gives me what, 12 hours? Come on, let's go back to the ship. I don't want to spend my last 12 hours in this hole. She is flushed, eyes bright, mouth tight. Tomorrow she'll fight the sisters' adversary at Abbey Rock. Speak to her. I'll welcome to you sign the last night. Record her memories of travels. She crossed the Unterzee a dozen times, and memory of her crewmates are dead. This is the last chance to preserve those stories. Record her memoirs about her homeland. The presbyterate extends deep into the elder continent. Outsiders are not often permitted within its borders. What will she share? She suggests you share a bed. Perhaps it'll bring luck. Perhaps it'll bring you both luck. She's as deadly as anyone on the ship, and tonight she won't hold back. This is interesting because you can only do it if you have the brisk campaigner. I feel like as the captain we would spar with her, as the military captain. But this one seems like it might be more interesting. I guess let's just try this one. It's not quite the role-playing option that I would choose, but we'll see what happens. So I have a better offer. Someone else who understands death. If anyone can bring me luck, it's her. You rap on the door. It's the brisk campaigner. She glances archly at you. Back by midnight, the adventuress says with a grin. We can talk then. She's back just after midnight. She sought comfort with the campaigner, and tomorrow she'll fight the sisters. Okay. Oh, we still have more options. Okay, let's spar with her. Or maybe we should record memories of her travels. I mean, if this is her last night in the world, wouldn't she want people to know about her life? Yeah, I feel like this is the RP play for this character. Let's spar with her. Hard lessons. I learned this in Corsair's Forest. That's how I got this scar. I learned this from an Eremi riddle fisher who turned cannibal. That's when I started collecting riddles. This, nearly, I picked up from the pirate poet herself. Oh, we fought her. No, we don't have time to talk about that. And this, you didn't see it coming, did you, is all my own. By the end, you're both bruised and aching. I can't tell, she remarks, what this might have done to my chances. Perhaps I should have just got a good night's sleep. Gained an iron. And she's ready to fight. Okay, so we can watch or don't watch. Or, yeah, those are two options. Okay, so if we don't watch, she says go back to the ship. I don't want you to see me die. If we watch, we can insist someone should bear witness. Or perhaps someone doesn't quite trust her even now. Let's read this option. The fire is lit. The smoke of printed love stories rises from the dark. The sisters chant in a language older than London. They play a wistful, halting music on harps and lyres. The adventuress has her uniform ironed. Even her buttons are polished. Her knife is ready in her left hand and her pistol in her right. Far above, in the deep night of the neath, something briefly occludes the light of the false stars. I don't want you to see me die, please. Hmm. Should we accede to her wishes, or should we insist to watch? What would our character do? I feel like he would let her die in peace. I mean, he's a veteran of the war. I think he would do this. An ending. Oh, she's gone. With from the deck, you see the light of the fire turn ice blue, roar to greater brightness, and fail as night falls from the roof. A shot, another, shrieks like the tearing of sheet metal, like the fission of thought. A terrible silence. One final furious shriek. The glass in the bridge windows cracks like ice. Abbey Rock is silent. The prioress arrives a half hour later. Her eyes are shining. She scarred it, she says delightedly. Oh, how she scarred it. We'll lay her to rest in our own crypt. We'll write her name on our wall. The next novice who will join us will be named for her. She scarred it. Thank you. And she wanted you to have this. It's her pistol, silver chased, drenched in black and stinging blood. As you watch, the blood wisps in the choking vapor from the metal, leaving it stained dark as the sea. She died in combat against the Sisters' adversary. We gained one outlandish artifact and one terror. Okay. Well, as far as stories go, that wasn't the most interesting result, but we'll put a Blemmingkin ashore. The nuns will deal with it probably. A reluctant departure. There is a mushroom driven more by duty than desire. It disembarks on trembling tendrils. Okay. What should we do as far as these options go? Abby, I don't think the trading. So we did this. So we're done with the adventurers. In fact, we're so done with her. She's dead. She's dead. It's unfortunate. Okay, so we have the option to lower our terror, trade the strange catch for Shintalak. You can watch the convent, gives you a strange catch or fragments. Offer a gift, that's the terror option. I guess we'll just watch the convent. One more strange catch, we've done that before. Okay, where are we going next? We do have someone who wants to go to the Avid Horizon, so maybe we'll go up there. Yeah, I'm not super satisfied with how that story resolved. I guess she died the death she wanted, and the sisters immortalized her in a tomb with her name and everything. So I suppose it could have turned out worse. It wasn't super satisfying. Like I like the ones where your officer changes and becomes a different officer. Like this one, Maybe's rival. She used to be Maybe's daughter. And I think the Cannoneer too, wasn't it? Wasn't he like something different before he was the irrepressible Cannoneer? I forget exactly. Like the Haunted Doctor. Oh yeah, he used to be the Haunted Doctor. Now he's the Determined Doctor. Now he has a cause. But I suppose you can't always get what you want. All right, these are all port report options, I believe. No, these are all different something awaits options. Don't have wine. We could put a Blemmingkin ashore here. We could trade hunting trophy. We're kind of done with the Susan Cooper Longbox stories for the moment that I'm aware of. So what do we want to do? Tales of Stones, Graves, or Thornwell Croft? Shep Hurd. So we can get Z stories and fragments, memories and Z stories, or Tales of Terror. I think we have all of the things we need, right? We have memories, we have Tales of Terror. We have the least of the visions, but those aren't actually used in Z stories. Okay, so we have the least of the Tales of Terror. I guess we'll get the one that gives you Tales of Terror. Although it also gives you a terror. We'll try the Tale of the Standing Stones, I suppose. The bearded villagers are happy to talk about the local sites. Well, site. True as I stand here, they were sisters from the sisterhood over on Abbey Rock. They were just there. Came here hunting a renegade who served the god called Stone. Ran her to ground here, and she called on the god. And the god struck 'em all to pillars of rock. Stand close and quiet, and you'll hear 'em weepin'. That's all for now. Put a Blemming in ashore. Why not? It's dark and quiet. It should survive. A mushroom tail. These, the bearded watchman exclaims. We used to have these long ago. They raised the standing stones, you know, with poetry. Oh. Did they really? Alright, well, not much else to do here. We can stock up on a little fuel if we want. Let's see, where are we going? We're going up to Abbot Horizon. This isn't the best place to buy fuel, but maybe we'll buy like just a couple. Yeah, we're starting to free up some space on our hold now as we're getting rid of some of these items. Oh, we should have gotten rid of this character to the Gators More. I guess we weren't like that close to Gators More at any point, but oh, there's another pirate over here. What if this is the pirate poet? We re-released her, right? Maybe this is her. No, it's just a penance. It's not the Alcaeus class vessel. Go ahead and loot it. And get a bolt of spider silk. Hope we don't lose this guy. We're gonna do his mission up at the Abbot Horizon. We've lost the Modiste, and we've now lost the... Who was that we just lost? The Campaigner? No, I don't remember her name was on. Oh, there's the there's Mount Nomad. It's getting a little close for comfort here. Let's just go ahead and sink. It is 1,000 hit points. I could have just docked, I suppose, but like... Alright, is it safe to go up now? I don't know. At one time we ascended or descended, we were like stuck in the collision that one time. We were too close to the wall. I hope that doesn't happen again. Alright, swam away. Okay, we can eat the bounty. We could get rid of our thing. We trade... Oh yeah, we do want to do this. We want to trade ambiguous ELS. We're trying to get more implications because we can trade those for secrets. So we'll go ahead and do that again. Go ahead and eat the bounty. It just eats your... just gets rid of your hunger. I've never seen any other thing happen as a result of that. Hopefully Mount Nomad has gone to a different part of the map. I wasn't actually sure if going underwater and coming back up would move them around, but it appears to. I do remember when I tried to fight Mount Nomad once, it was really hard to find it. But I ran into it unintentionally a couple times. Yeah, this ship is definitely faster. I'm starting to realize how much faster it is, because like I said, we're going between ports so fast we don't even have time to get something away. So it is definitely faster, which is good. It helps you get around doing all the stories without as much just random time sailing, although I end up wasting time anyway, just sitting here, but alright, well hopefully we won't lose our Sigil Rigid Navigator. We're starting to run low on officer counts after the Modiste left and the other character just left. Well, I say left, but she died in combat. I mean, that was her dream, I guess. I think she was... What was her story? Was she sick or something and she couldn't recover? Oh, we need strategic information. Uh-oh. I didn't know we needed that here. I don't know how to get more strategic information. Okay, we need to find a way to get that because the Admiral's gone now. Strategic... Oh, I think we can get it in the Khanate, right? Oh, you can sometimes get it in Shepherd Isles. Takes 2 mushroom white and 7 supplies, though. It's a random something awaits option, maybe? Yeah, Khan's Glory. No, wait, you can offer them strategic information. Okay, never mind. That's the opposite. Yeah, I don't actually know how to get one of those. Okay, we may not be able to finish this quest now that we've risen the anarchists to prominence. With 1x strategic information. Okay, well. Unfortunate. Wait, she needs 2 judgment eggs? Is that what I wrote? I think she just needed 1. Yeah, why did I write 2 there? We could go try to get a judgment's egg. Let's see, judgment. It's the best place to get one of those guys from. Was it Irem? Yeah, you can buy him in Iron for 10 secrets. Oof, pretty expensive. You can buy him for a fluke core in the Iron Republic. We could try to fight the Lorn fluke. We can sell them for 300 or 600 in polythreme. We could trade the cinders in the Empire of Hands. Let's go to Vendorbite. Trade in our color items. I don't think we're quite ready for Frostfound yet. Let's go over to Vendorbite. Is that what we want to do? We also have to go back to the Undercrow. Oh, I want to go to Port Cecil as well. Maybe we'll do Port Cecil and Undercrow first. Since I don't really want to go back to London at the moment. There's not a lot for us to do over there. Could maybe stop at Frostfound. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to get another strategic information. Oops, I accidentally hit full power to the engines. Oh, that really chunks your fuel when you use it. Did not intend to do that. We can get the port report here. You can take tea to the docks with the squatters. We've been doing that every time we swing by. It reduces your terror a bit, I believe, and it also gives you a little bit of supplies and fuel. Nice little option to do when you're in the area. Oh, we already have something awaits. I guess I don't need to. I was like waiting for the sound of the something awaits thing to take up, but nope, we already had it. All right, Undercrow, that's where we want to go. I guess we could stop by Irem. I don't know we have. I mean, I guess we can buy the Judgment's Egg in Irem. 10 secrets is a little. We're trying to get 40 secrets though. I mean, we're starting to run out of things to do on this character, to be honest. Like, there aren't a lot of stories left to progress. Not sure how we can get our pages up to 175. There are a few. We haven't done it. We haven't done everything. There's just less. There's the Tyrant Moth. We could try fighting that. We do have a good amount of crew, and we are looking for things to do. Not exactly sure how strong this thing is, but 500 hit points. We're a little low on fuel, but we still have enough to get somewhere if we need to. This option just lowers terror or getting fragments. Oops. 30 damage, yeah, this guy hurts a lot. I'd love to fire our rear cannon at him, but... Where'd he go? Come back. We lost our targeting solution on him for some reason. Fuel's getting low. You destroyed a tyrant moth. Examine it for its final dissolution, or search for jewels. Tyrant moth. Here it is. Okay, so we can either examine it, or we can search for jewels. We do need some jewels. We need money. Let's try this option first. There's an old story. 1 casket of sapphires. Wow, that is not that very exciting. Sapphires. Blue jewels are embedded in the rotting fuselage of the moth's remains. You gather as much as you can, splashing frantically in the ship's boat before it disintegrates altogether and the remaining jewels are lost. That was what I would say not worth it. Okay. Does the Undercrow sell fuel, or do we need to prioritize getting more fuel? Let's see. It does not sell fuel. What about Port Cecil? It does sell fuel. Okay, how much fuel do we have? We have 4. Is that enough to go here and then back? Probably. I think it is. Again, I was expecting more from a Tyrant Moth than 1 casket of sapphires. That is not the most exciting loot there. I keep saying that every time we do combat. I feel like we should be getting more, and the difficulty of the combat is not commiserate with the reward there. Okay, so what do? We bestow the Latitudinarian forgiveness. That's what we did. We talked to the Latitudinarian in Nook, I believe. The almost dead man has to apologize. Has less to apologize for than he thought. That's right. This guy, the Latitudinarian, was like, it was my fault for the thing that happened, not yours. Don't try to take credit for it. Just like that, forgiven. The almost dead man is agape. He insists you repeat the exchange, probing it for falsehood or insincerity. Then he shakes his head with some effort and releases an immense sigh. For a moment he resembles a bloated, beatific cherub. We have delivered a wronged comrade's retribution. The final letter to the burning lady in Anth. Okay, we can go back to Anth. One last message. The almost dead man clutches it to his chest. The third letter. She was, the man's voice catches. With a trembling hand, he caresses the decorated R on the seal. I never should have left her. The old man's fingers are loath to release the letter. When they do, the most moth trembles in his chest. The incomparable Aurelian has the decency to look away. A pledge of undying love for one in Anth. Okay, we've talked to Rosarina in Anth. It's too bad we don't have coffee. Okay, well, we already knew that we weren't going to get any fuel there. Does Irem sell fuel, just out of curiosity? It probably does, but probably not a very good price. Oh, of course, the stuff in Port Cecil wasn't very good either. And it's basically the same. So it's basically equidistant. I mean, it's... The only question is, do we want to go to Irem? We do want to go to Port Cecil, I know that. We could trade some extraordinary implications in Irem for some secrets. I suppose. We haven't really been to these areas very much. I know we have an item to go take to Port Cecil, though. Well, let's go to Port Cecil first. And then maybe the camp pole and Scrimshander. And then if we still have some stuff we want to do, we can go up to Irem afterwards. Something over there. Is it a... it's moving. It's not going to be fuel. I was like, is it a fuel barrel on the ground? That's like really the only thing I'm interested in. But no, it is moving. It's clearly not a barrel of fuel. Okay, so we gotta go back to Anth on the way. We also want to go to Venderbite. So we'll go there at some point before we end this voyage. But right now, the most important thing is to get fuel. Not gonna fight that guy because it would cost fuel. Sure, we could take him, but oops. Don't want to run out of fuel while we're circling around fighting him. Okay, so we have the cinder that they wanted. We had heart metal that they wanted. Okay. Give the principals heart metal. I fear for my ending, but I fear it beside. This is needed to encase my fear. Ice and oysters, the trap jaws, give me courage. I want so to be less. Give it to me. Your payment is there in the corner, and here, in the secret, I was forbidden love by the bazaar. When I left the world, exile. But I don't regret it. I never regret. Okay. We gained 7 Shintalak, which is going to take up space in our hold. Your principal's end, heart-shelled silver quality has gone. Okay. Do they want anything else? They're not asking for anything else. Okay. We can explore the coral. We're out of Blemmingans. We don't have the Aposian chess piece. We could gather more Shintalak. Although we're trying to get rid of Shintalak, to be honest. We're trying to get things out of our hold, not get more things in our hold at this point. Yeah, let's explore the coral, I suppose. We've done this before. Last time we chipped away amber. Let's do the examine ruins option. 20 fragments. Okay, well that's... We've done both those options. I just had... I could have looked at my notes, but... Alright. You can grab some water. I'll be back in one moment here. Alright, got a glass of water, so we'll stock up on fuel and supplies here, and then we'll head over to the eastern edge of the town, of the area. Let's get some fuel. This isn't the best place to buy fuel and supplies. We're not going to stock up like a ton, but we'll get enough to get to a better port that sells it for a little cheaper. Let's go to... Was there anything left to do? Was there anything... So that we delivered the... Let's see, Port Cecil. We delivered the heart mill ingot. It said they wanted a fluke core as well. Okay. At least I have it in my notes that they wanted a fluke core. Okay, so the venture in London is done. We don't have 5 coffee or wine for Scrimshander, I don't believe. Hold. No, we don't have any coffee or wine at all, actually. Okay. I did want to go to the Gant Pole and Shalonate. I want to progress the Gant Pole story. Maybe we'll head up to Irem and then back down. We do have some candles. There was some option to use candles in the nativity area. The Wreck of the Nocturne and in a nativity. I feel like the Wreck of the Nocturne might have been a thing we did on a previous character. And now you can't do it anymore, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna keep hitting the walls. Not paying super close attention to where we're going. We can buy fuel and stuff in the Gant Pole for cheaper than Port Cecil. Probably should have bought a few more supplies, but we can buy stuff in Irem as well. We'll check this place out again. I think the one time we came through this area, we checked it out. We lost a crew. It wasn't clear that there was other options to do here, but we'll take a quick peek, I suppose. Maybe it's something that I did on a previous character that you can only do once per legacy. I'm not sure. It's certainly possible that that's the case. Yeah, we did this. So unlocked when walk into my parlor said 0 and Savior's Rock walk into my parlor no more than 9. Okay, so I think we have to raise that quality higher before this is useful. So we have to go to Savior's Rocks first. Because we did this before when it was 0, and all that happened is that we lost a crew. And it doesn't look like the quality... if it's still 0, it doesn't look like it's gone up at all. Let's see if there's a tracker for Savior's Rocks. Yeah, so we're a stranger to spiders. Okay, so we'll go up to Irem to take a quick look, and then we'll go to the Nativity. We'll see if we can progress the spider stories. The spider's story. Maybe that'll let us do something here at the Wreck of the Nocturne. Because yeah, we already tried that option, and all that happened is we lost a candle and a crew. It wasn't very exciting. No reason to try that again. So it's a few things we want to do in Irem. We want to buy secrets for extraordinary implications. A tryst. Still have our Clettery Hair officer. It's nice that we were able to keep her. She wasn't one of the officers that died. Actually, we had a few options. If we hadn't progressed her story all the way before we got to the Clettery Heart, we actually would have lost her, I think. Ah, yes, this thing. I remember we were talking about this as well. Send word to the imperious sister. For a fee, the Finger Kings will craft a dream that will go tell the sister of her brother's regret. Yeah, let's do this. You arrange matters. They will think it is a rather mundane dream that you wish to send. They will hiss over this sepia memory of filing cabinets and documents aflame. They will, perhaps, recolor the elements of the dream, a vellum document kept in a scroll case, the brother represented by an ape in a Viric suit with white braid trim. However, it is in its essentials it will reach the imperious sister, wherever she may be. I think this was one of the sisters that was on Hunter's Keep, but I don't even know where they're at now, so this was the only way of the options it presented, this was the only one I thought we could still do. That was which of these missions? It was this one. So I guess we're done with this. Yeah, it like listed all these different things you could do. You could take it to Hunter's Keep or Irem or Isle of Cats. Maybe if she was still on Palmerston, but yeah, we did this one, so we don't need to. So we could clear the clitory hair of a treatment she has not yet acquired. She will notice a riddlefisher in danger of... What status do we have her at right now? We have her at... It doesn't say you have this on any of these. I think we've finished it, right? I'm not sure that doing this anymore helps her. We could try it, just see what happens, I guess. Need another treatment. Preventive medicine. The air will cut out something that is not yet there. She will come away with a sample jar of pickling brine. The specimen will grow there later, slowly, layers of tissue gradually forming a missing kidney. The riddlefisher, cured in advance, will suffer no ill effects except the occasional lassitude and lack of purpose. Trade a lamentable relic for 2 moves in the great game. If we had coffee, we could go to the House of the Amber Sky. Don't have that. Oh, we can sell our mountain sherds. We have extra mountain sherds. It's going to give us 20 bales of parabola linen, though. Can you sell anything for secrets? No, they all say 0. So it'll earn you 0 secrets. So there's the judgment tag that we need. I can't sell the... I can't even sell... If we got all that parabola linen, we couldn't even sell it. We do have hold space for it, although just barely. Phantasmal Encounter, 189 Captain. Can sell our captivating treasures for fuel. We don't want to do that. Can sell our element of dawn for supplies. We don't want to do that. Can't sell any of these. If we had a dread spice, which we don't. If we had, we can trade different stats for these for different things. Oh, we can buy. Oh, sorry. We can buy searing enigmas with our secrets. Or I mean, with our extraordinary locations. Well, this is what I intended to do, so I'll do that. We have 3. We could buy 2 more and another one of these. I don't know if that's... We can buy these cheaper now in Pigmote Isle. I suppose we'll sell one of our 2 mountain sherds. You can use it to summon something. The god called Stone. Yeah, it summons the Mount Nomad, the one we just saw. Can still be sold as a captivating. You can also sell it to your... If it can be treated as a captivating treasure, then you can pass it on to your scions, maybe. How much does 20 parabola sell for? And where would we sell it if we picked it up? Because we have to get it out of our hold relatively quickly. Okay, we don't have a lot of hold space, so if we buy it, we have to sell it somewhere. So it's worth... No, that's different. It is worth... No, that's a buying of it. So you can sell it for 63 in Abyss meat. So 20 times 63. So it's 1,200. It's a pretty good price for a captivating treasure. Anywhere else that's better? No. I mean, you can sell it in London too. I forget how much they sell for in London. This is... Wait, where was the place you could sell it? No, it wasn't Rack. It was up higher. Apis meat. That's on the very... That's basically as far away as you can possibly get from here. Well, I guess The Dawn machine is the farthest away possible. We'd have to sail all the way across the world to sell it. Hmm. Not the most enticing way to fill up 20 spaces of cargo. But I don't know what else to do with these mountain sherds, other than summon Mount Nomad, which we can't really fight without a better gun. Or with a better ship, I should say. Yeah, I don't have anything in my notes. I know you can buy one in Port Cornelian for 2,000, but I mean it says you can use them as a Syrian or as a captivating treasure, but it can be sold as a captivating treasure. Does that mean you can sell it here? Because I didn't see anywhere else you could sell it. Hmm. Well, let's leave this as an option. I'm not sure if this is what I want to do. Do I want to buy the Judgment's Egg? I don't know. There was one other place I saw that we could get them, but it was not an easy thing. It was a fluke core. We have to get a fluke core. Well, we could try fighting a Lauren fluke, I suppose, before we spend 10 secrets on that. Secrets are kind of hard to get at this point in the game, so I suppose we'll trade one lamentable relic. We don't have anything else to do while we're here. Life lived. When the waves settle, you see the falling snow and black bark. You will see two men standing in wintry woods. The younger will prove himself to the older. Others have done so before, others will do so after. The vision will change. The old man will sip coffee on a sunlit street. He will write an order. He will send a pawn below to London. I don't think we really need moves in the great game, to be honest, either, but we also don't really need lamentable relics for anything in particular at the moment. So it's sort of a neutral exchange, and some amount of items that we don't need for some other amount of items that we don't really need. But it's 1 for 2, so I guess it's profitable. Okay, let's get a little bit more fuel supplies, just enough to get to Gantpole eventually. Yeah, like I said, we're running a little short on stories to work on because there's not a ton left to do on this character. I'd like to figure out a way to wrap up either his ambition or one of the other things. I guess going to Frostfound, maybe the officer, maybe this first officer. If we go to Frostfound, maybe we can use her story to end the game because it sounded like she might. The description of her dialogue sounded like the description of the notes I took about one of the endings. I've killed this fish before. It didn't give us much. Oh, maybe it has 600 HP. Okay, maybe we didn't kill this one. 600 is just so many HP to get through with our single gun. We really need the forward weapon in order to fight some of these monsters. I mean, it basically doubles or more your firepower. We don't have something awaits yet. Now we do. Okay, so how do we advance this story? So there's preparing for this festival silk. Can meet with an emissary. Trade supplies for silk. We don't need to do that. Don't have any wine. We can deliver trinkets. We did this once. What does the other area say? So this one you need candles and silk, which we actually have a lot of silk. But you need high veils. Oh, this is the caught in the webs of Savior's Rock, no more than 90. We have a lot of spider silk. Oh, no, we have one. Unlocked with no more than 15. Oh, so you're gonna get spider silk. Yeah, you're scavenging for spider silk. I mean, I don't know if that's. Let's speak with the emissary of spiders. So it's unlocked with caught in the webs 1 and no more than 1. You have 1. He has witnessed much, yet seen nothing, since the sorrow spiders he served harvested his eyes. Ah, my good sir, or is it madame? Or another salutation, perhaps? Pardon my ignorance. He taps his blindfold. The honor of serving the acrimonious masters does somewhat leave one at a disadvantage in matters of detail. They cut off his eyes, I guess. He smiles. Blind to light is not, however, deaf to rumor. I wonder, might I prevail upon the good-natured individual I've heard contributed so much to our little festival? Splendid, splendid. Did we contribute to his festival? Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, they want the tomb colonists. He leans in close. My benefactors have charged me with seeking a special sustenance for a special occasion. I am sure an experienced sailor such as yourself sees through the necessary euphemism. Shall we say unfortunates of little future, such as your tomb colonists? We will perhaps select a few to find a different destination for the greater good. I can promise more than fair compensation for any subsequent regrets. Maybe it'll train trusting tomb colonists if you haven't assisted them in the past. Deliver 3 tomb colonists. Okay, I mean, sure. We can put that in our notes. I don't know that we're going to do that. Nativity. Bring 3x tomb colonists. The tour. We don't need silk. We could do the trinket delivery again, I suppose. Just takes up 1 spot in your inventory. Okay, yeah, there's not a ton to do. We could try this once just to see what happens. Let's try this once just to see what happens. I don't even want silk, but like, oh, we haven't had our We Are Clay equipped this whole time. Oops. Veils, veils, veils. 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 Okay, I think that's all the veils. 40% chance. Let's try this once. So we failed, gained terror, and lost our candle. As the lights of the nativity fade and the candles start to flicker, the darkness of the reaches becomes unbearable. Empty-handed but alive, you hurry back to the warmth. Okay, so it gives you 5 terror if you fail. Do I have this in my notes? I should update my notes if I don't already. Nativity. Festival of Silk? No, Scuttering Reaches. Okay, so if you fail this, you just get 5 terror, plus 5 terror. If you succeed, you're going to get 1 bolt of spider silk. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. That doesn't seem... I don't need spider silk for any reason at the moment. So I'm not going to worry about that. So yeah, I don't know how you... I guess we have to deliver tomb colonists if we want to advance this story. It's the only really option left here. We do want to go to Venderbite to check on if the color stuff that we have. We still need 1 more of the colors. That would be a good story to finish, because I'm pretty sure that story gives you a decent amount of rewards. I mean, it's one of the longest and most difficult stories to finish. So I assume it gives you pretty good rewards if you do it. We need to sink some of the Z monsters around here so we can progress the story for the lady in the Gant pole. Maybe we should go underwater and try to look for some of the Z monsters. Oh, there's the Lorn Fluid. We could try fighting it. I'm a little worried, but we can try. 600. It's a pretty strong opponent from what I remember. But maybe we can cheese it a little bit. Making progress on it. Our hull isn't like gonna explode anytime soon. We still have enough fuel to finish the combat. We do need the Lorn Fluid to get the Judgment's Egg. Still have enough fuel. It's turning around now. Fire our rear cannon at it at some point here. Alright, got a Lorn Fluid, nice. Those are Beasts. Okay, so how do we get its core? The colossal fluke core. The deliquescing body is full of incomprehensible organs that collapse at your touch. You sketch what you can, cock an ear to the departing harmonies of its violent language. At its center, you find a vast lump of resin or congealed gall, the size of a barrel, flawed with darkness. It is the false starlight. It is a deep violet purple. Irigo, your doctor whispers. Wait, is that the last color we needed? Irigo? No, we need a Posian. Although, I thought this Irigo would be the Atlas Skull, but maybe it's this. I gained 3 secrets. Oh, okay, that's how you get secrets. Kill these Lorn Flukes. Oh, good to know. Do I have that in my notes actually? Let's see. Lorn Flukes. Lorn Fluke. Okay. So you get +3 secrets and a 1x colossal fluke core, of course. I mean, where else would you get a colossal fluke core other than the Lorn Fluke? Okay, we're going to the camp hole to get more fuel here. Guess we can go underwater. We can find a place that goes underwater. I think we're on top of the gauntlet right now. Okay, here we go. That looks interesting. We definitely haven't killed anything like a Lorn Fluke yet. I mean, we killed the Tyrant Moth. The Tyrant Moth didn't really drop anything though. The Tyrant Moth was very disappointing. So this is one of the stories I want to advance, because this is one of the dang it. This is one of the remaining stories we haven't finished yet. But we have to sink certain types of monsters that we haven't found much of. Did we already use our recent news, I guess? Gotta bring recent news here as well. We did this already. Okay, there's nothing to do here. There's something we wanted to do with a carboy of primordial tree. I'm gonna buy one of these. Can sell the tree of heart of tree of ages for the Lorn Flukes. Can sell a life system for 7 strange catches, although I'm trying to get rid of I'm trying to get rid of things in my hold, not fill it up with more things. Okay, let's try to find one of the monsters around here that she wants us to hunt. Maybe it's this over here. Ah, there's so much of these stupid things. It's gonna hurt us. There was not a good way around all those. Alright, what is this guy? This guy looks big. Let's see if we can find it. It's a phthalate. Hope we're not backing into another monster here. We got stuck with a fluke needle. We can remove it. If you fail, you'll gain a wound. Well, there's no other option, so we'll just try. Gain some snippets and a relic. You don your diving gear. You watch an observation as you reach for the skeleton, speared like a hooked fish. Your mind fills with song, solemn, echoing, watery, faltering, like the last notes of a baritone drowning in its bath. You know you will never see the place where you sang of your shameful disgrace. Your crew reel you back inside and fight the skull from your hands. Gradually, your ears empty of song. Oh, that's the thing we just crashed into right there. Okay, that's what that was. Like, where did this thing come from? I'm not exactly sure. This guy has projectiles. That's not as good as the other ones. I mean, it's worse for us, I would say. Sunk that guy. Is this a thing? Retrieve sunken treasures. We are covering salvage. A locked chest. What could be of value in here? One net large artifact, a pallid crystal. The light from your lamp shines back at you. The crystal is a large fragment of something greater. Jagged edges suggest the piece has broken off. Below the crown, a particular formation of small, sharp fragments puts you in mind of teeth. cats was playing with me. Okay, so is that one of the monsters we were supposed to send to the gun pool? Let's go check to the gun. Oh, we haven't actually picked it up yet. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Let the beast go. Okay. Send it to the gun pool. The behemoth goes to die. Is this mercy or cruelty? The murmured arguments continue long into the night. The looks they shoot you are all the harsher for their uncertainty. Well, I don't know the answer to that. Sorry, crew. I don't know if it was a mercy or not. But it is the story we were told to progress, so we are working on it. Alright, so we are going to assist her here with her cutting it up again. We've done this before. So she's sphere the flesh. Yeah, so we did this before. So she's approaching her end. Her time draws near. We are learning the ways of Herapes, and it still awaits its next beast. So we still need to do more stuff to her. Is that what I understand? Okay, so we still need more stuff to bring to her. So we gotta find another one of those guys or something, I guess. Still have fuel and supplies. Just want to make sure we have enough to float around with. We took a bit of damage from various things, including me colliding with things and stuff over here. Terra's doing fine though. Let's see if we can find any more of these fellows. I think the purple takes away your fragments, if I remember correctly, which I don't want to lose fragments. I think I'm just gonna ascend here just to move to a slightly different area. But we can go check out the Shellinate to see if we do have this something awaits we've been sitting with. We may as well see if we can do something with it in the Shellinate. Where is the Shellinate? Okay, we're actually over here. Could also go to Hideaway. We have to bring a bunch of fuel to Hideaway next time we go down there. We'll do that when we leave Hideaway, or when we leave this area from hunting these beasts. I think we still have enough hold that we're not worried about any dying anytime soon. Is there anything to do? You trade hunting trophy for avalanche armor. That's actually a decent trade. And it's the same thing as this one, basically. Just because you can pass these on to your air if you get 10 of them. Okay, there's really nothing to do here, even with something awaits. Could sell our casket of sapphire. I don't think we need this anymore. Just free up some hold space. Yeah, why not? We did want this for something. It wasn't here. There was somewhere else we could use it. I don't remember where. What does short? We don't really need to reduce our terror, so that doesn't matter one way or the other. Okay. Not much going on there. Let's go ahead and look for some more monsters to hunt. Sounded like we needed one more to unlock the Haraspicer's story a little further. Oh my god, we're inside these freaking spines. You can't be kidding me. Alright, is this something we can hunt? No, that's that purple thing, okay. Usually there's some around this area. Oh, there's something up there, that could be one. Is my light on? It is, okay, it's just really dark over here. Oh, we're underneath the Shellinate, that's why it's so dark. What have we here? Is this did it move? I couldn't tell if it moved or not there. Oh, it's the Irrepressible. We saw this earlier, actually. Let's try fighting it. Like the modistes, the people who knew the merciless modistes were on it. 28 damage. It's a little bit painful. We should get to the side of it, not the front. Combat is generally more advantageous from the side of these guys here. Ow. It's starting to take a little bit more damage than I'm comfortable with, but we can't do anything about it immediately. Sunk the Irrepressible. You've defeated the Irrepressible. Cheers reverberate around the bridge. You've done it. The Untersee's most feared vessel lists and founders with clouds of multicolored gas escaping through the rents in her hull. Her stained glass portals wink and flash like the eyes of a beast. Wounded but still dangerous. This will improve your iron if it's not already too high. Okay, we can't do that. All we can do is send the boarding party. Take anything that's not nailed down, and definitely take anything that is nailed down. I could have detached the Irigo cannon. Well, that's not an option, unfortunately. So we will send the boarding party. Success. 2 drowning pearls, a lump of blue scintillac. Oh! So we have 2 of them now, so now we can trade one of them away. Oh, we gain hearts and mirrors. Nice, nice, nice. Tasteful, Skipper. Demented, yet tasteful. It's not often that a boarding party returns better dressed than when they left. Your crew returns with bulging loot sacks, yards of silk neckwear, and an extraordinary array of waistcoats. Some even penetrated into the inner boudoir. One pocketed a pair of eyeball-sized pearls, which, she tells you with a wink, she found on the table d'hôte. Among other treasures and drifts of chiffon, you find perhaps the greatest prize of all, yellowing sheaves of sea shanties of a kind you have never heard before. As bright as pennies and mad as hunger, the music rings through your vessel. Who knew victory would be so tuneful? Yeah, so apparently the merciless modiste and the pirate poet were part of this crew at one point. It's like a crew of artists or something as they sail around underwater, being irrepressible. Well, that was profitable, I would say. Do I have that in my notes, the irrepressible? I do. So the other option is tasteful, Skipper, demented yet tasteful. Oh, send a boarding party is the other option. Send a boarding party. So we got 2x drowning pearl. We got 1 lump of blue scintillac. 1 heart plus 1 hearts plus 1 mirrors. Again, combat would be so much easier if we just had the forward cannon. I keep saying this, but it's still true. It would more than double our firing capacity from what we currently are doing. Alright, is this another phthalate we can fight? How's our O2? Maybe we should get a little more O2 before we fight this guy. Although he might not be here when we come back down. Maybe I should just fought it. I don't remember exactly what happens when you run out of O2, but I'm sure it's not a good thing. And that phthalate may have taken us, 30 seconds to a minute to kill it, so. Alright, that's enough O2. Go back down. Still have enough fuel and supplies for the moment. We're a little worried about our hull strength. Gotta be somewhat careful on the monsters we choose to fight now. We do have the Ratus Faber that can repair 10. So that's something at least, but it's not much. Oh, there's the irrepressible again. I hope it doesn't attack us while we're fighting this guy. One combat at a time is plenty, I would say. Like I said, we're kind of getting to the point where we don't want to fight anymore. Our hull strength is a little lower than I'm comfortable with. But for now, okay, get out of this stupid current. I say get out of it, I have to go right back into it here to get this thing. Alright, send this one to the Gant Pole. Yeah, we were definitely done with combat for now. Beast heads to the Grand Pole. Let's just go over this. There's a stupid set of like red bushes here, so let's just go over it and come back down again. We gained a decent amount of terror here, although it wasn't like anything we couldn't handle. We burned through most of our fuel and supplies, but that's what it's for, I suppose. Alright, hopefully the irrepressible is not like just camping us right here. I would like to fight it again. It may give us stats when we killed it, but not when we're at 130 hull. And again, I still want to get the better combat ship at some point. Alright, so we're going to let her help her cut it up. Get some snippets and fragments. So where's she at now? Maybe we might have to bring this news to her. Maybe we can't advance it through this thing we're doing. I thought we were advancing it through sending beasts to her, but it doesn't appear to be advancing. We could go back into the Gamp hole. Or into the explore further option. But I'm not sure what that does. I guess we could try it again. We have some candles and we're trying to get stuff out of our hold, so we can try this, I suppose. Okay, this is all the walking. Talk to the sailors. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, that did nothing, so... Yeah, I guess we have to bring recent news, I guess. That's the only way to advance this story. I thought it was involved with the sinking of these animals, but... I mean, maybe it still is, but in any case, we don't really have enough whole strength to do much more combat at this point. Alright, this could be the end of a shorter session. I guess we could end it here. I feel like I want to do I want to accomplish like one more thing. Like I haven't felt like we accomplished a ton. I guess we finished that one story of one of our officers. The which one was it? The adventuress. We finished her story. I guess that was what we did. But we haven't done much other than that. Feels like we... I feel like there's more we could do on this voyage. But yeah, our hull strength's getting a little low. I know you can actually repair your hull. Only if 50% or better. Okay, well we're not at 50% or better anymore, so we can't repair. Let's go to Hideaway. We got a bunch of fuel. Let's go over to Hideaway. Since we're pretty close to that. There's another boat here. Again, we're not really looking to do much combat at the moment. Let's see how much hit points it has. Eater of Names. Okay, that's definitely 700 hit points is more than we can fight with our current hull strength. So we will peace out. Eater Names, that was one of the we've seen options to sell like the figurehead of the Eater Name that a number of different places. Oh, there's another what are these ones called? The Behemustache? The Behemustache or whatever they're called. It's got a big mustache on him. But again, we're a little bit low on hull strength, so we're not trying to do combat this second. I guess we have to start thinking about heading back to London because we do need to repair. So maybe we'll do that and then end the session. One of the options here was to involve a bunch of fuel, so we wanted to come here when we had a bunch of fuel to use. So that's why I came here now. Board report. We are beginning the War of Hearts and Minds. This guy also needs lower terror. Oh, actually, we were pretty close to 24 for a while. I guess we're up to 50 now, though. Well, maybe doing the War of Hearts and Minds will lower our terror. The impolite investigator will hold his own festival soon. He plans on revealing the doomed nature of Hideaway, then using an informative pyrotechnic display. On the night of the festival, you join the dwellers of Hideaway around a large wooden model of Temtem placed in the festival square. Some people exchange shrugs, others twiddle their thumbs politely. Eventually, the impolite investigator appears on a balcony overlooking the square. He shouts a hello! The dwellers wince, but maintain their customary smiles. Hideaway, he shouts, is doomed. This is a biological fact. Temtem has already begun to outgrow his shell, our home. Everyone needs to evacuate before... He gives you a nod. You set the model ablaze, and it begins to crack apart and fall to ruin. The dwellers scream. The sprightly visionary turns his back on the spectacle and walks away. He taps a few cable men on the shoulder. They follow him. The rest of the people of Hideaway stands idly watching the wooden city crack and burn. The truth will be fought over during the silent reel. Are they aware of their situation? Dwellers don't want to acknowledge the truth. The Battle of Hearts and Minds, the silent reel. You heard a rumor from your crew. The investigator and his followers will play Break the Silence of the silent reel. They will sing songs about the doomed city. Should we equip something that gives us iron for this, maybe? Not sure. So we can, this is the War for Hearts and Minds. The work never stops and the nightly festivals continue, but the dwellers' gestured communication has become sharper and more abrupt. Their faces are contorted with tension. We can provide him with fuel for an orchestra. He mustn't merely sing the truth. The message requires a full accompaniment. Or we can provide him with, we can silence the investigator's intrusive band. The sprightly visionary has collected a group of people willing to act against the investigator. Join them. Okay, so we're siding with either the investigator or the visionary. I mean, we've been working with the investigator, so I just feel like from a roleplay perspective, this makes more sense. Your music echoes through the normally silent city. Its rhythm disrupts the harmony of the festival dancers. They stumble and stop. The master of the dance tries to rally the revelers against you. He doesn't even remove the ribbon from his mouth as he approaches, but no one else joins him. Those who haven't abandoned the dance hall just stand watching the ribbon unspool. So the truth will be fought over on the hour of our reflection. The dwellers are struggling to deny the truth. Okay, so now we're doing the hour of our reflection. You heard a rumor from your crew. The visionary has set its patrol around the suggester. Apparently the investigator's attempting to entreat the suggester to speak the truth of Hideaway. Okay, we could give it, so again, we've been assisting the adventurer or the investigator. So if we did join the Sprightly Visionaries Guard, we would let the people have their festival. Otherwise, we would do, the suggestion is used to make the people of Hideaway consider only the gratitude towards Temptum. They mustn't be weak-hearted. They must be honest for the good of all they love. Yes, they must be honest. Okay, I like this option. Pained creation. Perhaps you cannot get past the guards to see the suggester personally, but you can shout. As the festival commences, the suggester looks dully into the crowd. The suggester scarcely draws breath, and when they sign the topic of today's reflection, broken city shells, an unprecedented murmur breaks out among the dwellers. Nevertheless, the people still gather materials and begin work. They become accustomed to focusing their thoughts through artistry. Some handle the sharp spines carefully, catching their skin. A few craft Temptum without his city shell and douse him with tears. When the time comes for them to describe their pieces, most merely chuck their offering down the pit without ceremony. The truth will be fought during the rainbowing. They are beginning to accept the truth. What is the rainbowing? Thanks to the efforts of the Sprightly Visionary, the upcoming Rainbowing Festival will be an unparalleled spectacle of color, unless the investigator can destroy the Visionary's kaleidoscopic lights. And we happen to have music. Great game. And again, we're working with the investigator, so these are actually aligning with our inventory. Break the Sprightly Visionary's vision. Their illusion, sorry. The investigator is organizing an assault on the Sprightly Visionary stronghold. The Visionary has created a display of colored lights for the rainbowing. They will be well defended, but there may be another way. You lead the impolite investigator's followers to a building behind an iron gate. Though your force is not strong enough to break past the contingent set up by the Visionary, it is sizable enough to distract them. As they fight, you clamber over the gate and climb up the cracks in the building to enter through an open window. Inside, the Sprightly Visionary consults a map on his wall, leaving it unattended a brass panel of switches and gauges. You smash it with a wrench and leap back out the window. But when you land, there is a rumbling, screaming from the festival square. Everyone runs to the violence. Even the Visionary leaves its center and dashes to the scene. Something has given way. Dwellers cannot ignore the truth. So the end of the war, all of Hideaway has gathered in the festival square around the tables of gaudily colored food. A hair-thin crack runs across the ground where one never was before. Join the impolite investigator. He stands on a raised platform at the center of the crowd. He gestures for you to join him. Well, he was impolite, but he was truthful, so he's just telling the truth. The dwellers of Hideaway have come together around the investigator. Some are shocked enough to have broken into speech, but all fall silent when he raises his hands. You know the truth. The city is cracking apart. If you want to survive, you must leave. And knowing what you have endured down here because you wanted to live, I've no doubt what you'll do next. I don't know where we can go, the investigator tries to smile. I don't have answers, only questions. I'm sorry. The people leave in tears. Only the Sprightly Visionary stands tearless, trembling with rage. Sorry, buddy. By morning, there's not an emergency bathysphere or submarine left in the city. Hideaway is empty. Temtum alone. The truth is that Hideaway is doomed. The people have fled the city. One secret, one hearts, one pages. We could buy a memento from the slow blinking inventor. She's still here on the street selling her wares. Hideaway. Is the shops gone here? Just out of curiosity. They are. Okay. Buy a memento. That's memories and shores. We don't need that. Okay, leaving Hideaway. The impolite investigator stands by the sprightly visionary. Everyone else is gone. Will you take us? Asks the investigator. The visionary only glowers. Will you take me to the Salt Lions? Asks the investigator. And maybe our friend here, the visionary sneers. He presses a request into your hand. It reads, you triumphed, but I'll remain here. One request. Find the Governor of Wisdom. Remove his mask. Tell him Captain orders him to Hideaway. Say I swear by Lady Miriam the consequences will be morbid if duty is neglected. Okay. So our notes of Hideaway. Oops. Go to Salt Lions, and then go to Wisdom, and unmask the Governor. At least something to do. And yeah, there's not much left here. Hideaway is alone. They've fled in whatever manner they could. No one toils during the day to repair the city, nor does anyone celebrate in the evenings. Okay, well that was something at least. Maybe we'll make this the ending spot. We at least have a few things we can do next session. We can go to Salt Lions. Wisdom is up here to the north. Okay, so we'll definitely go to Wisdom. We'll probably stop at Gampole, get some more fuel and supplies, then go to Wisdom. Can't go to Scrimgeour because we don't have any wine. And then from Wisdom, we need to start heading back to London to repair our ship. So maybe we'll hit Salt Lions. We do need to go to the Iron Republic to get more shipments of hydrogen for our next voyage. But maybe we'll do that on the way out from London instead of on the way back. We also want to go to Venderby to turn in some of the color objects. So maybe we'll go back to Wisdom, head north along these places up to Venderbite. We have to go to Anth as well to talk to Rosina. So maybe we'll go up to Anth, to Rosina, then Venderbite, back to London to repair. We'll sail down to the Iron Republic, we'll go to the Salt Lions, down to the Iron Republic to pick up the hydrogen, and then we'll make our way back to the Empire of Hands and we'll do more stuff again next time. But yeah, that was a good session. We did some things. We did again. It's getting harder and harder to find stories to progress because we've done so much of the game already. We still have to go to Frostfound. We still have to rescue the sage from Wisdom. Again, we don't have enough hearts or pages or any of these to do that, unfortunately. I mean, we're getting closer on pages, but not that close. We don't know how to get a strategic information anymore, unfortunately. Oh, we did get the fluke core, so maybe we can get the campaigner's egg. I think it was in Iron Republic, if I remember correctly. So that'll be one thing we can do. Yeah, the Parliament of Flies. You can buy a Judgment egg for a fluke core. Okay, so maybe we'll do that. Again, we have to raise our hearts and pages. We're trying to raise our pages because this will satisfy both this and this. So we're trying to raise our pages to 175. If we can find a repeatable way, outside of just talking to our officers for secrets, we'll work on that. We can check when we get back if we've raised our mirrors up enough. We got it up to 80. I mean, we can change our items around a little bit to make it go a little higher. But we should, before I forget, just update our stuff here so I don't forget next time. These officers are all fine, but I wanted to make sure that thing was in place. But yeah, that'll be for next time. We need to return to the... No, right now we have to go to Anth for this mission. We do have the food core. We could go to Port Cecil, I suppose. Although we also need it in the Iron Republic. But I guess Port Cecil might be along the way. But yeah, we'll look through some of these things. And we'll work on that next time. Thanks for watching.